What is it? Stop! You violated the law. Pay the court a fine or serve your sentence. Your stolen goods are now forfeit. Then pay with your blood! Assault! Assault! Ugh.
Welcome back folks, and welcome back to a new video. Today we're going to talk about Oblivion Remastered because, well, yes, it's here as it was reported a few days back. Bethesda released it right away for PC, Xbox and PlayStation 5. It costs $49.99 for basic edition, and premium one, which includes armor and weapon sets, digital art book and soundtrack, costs $59.99. So price-wise, it's something I expected, especially considering that some are pushing for $60, $70 or even $80 these days. This is fine. This remaster, which honestly feels more like a remake, is developed by Virtus and Bethesda Game Studios. And as we know from that oopsie, like Virtus was the one that actually had those leaks come out a few days back, where we learned everything pretty much about the game coming out. Oblivion Remaster has been redone in Unreal Engine 5, but the logic of the game, so how it generally feels, remained as close as they could possibly do it to the original, which you can see from the gameplay as I'm showing you some early one right now. We will go into some quick benchmarks at the end of the video because I will have my first impressions video tomorrow. For now you can look at the some early gameplay overall. One of the first and biggest changes we can notice is the increased graphical fidelity, meaning that the world we remember from way back has been given an updated look. Given my limited time in game right now, honestly it looks very nice, especially because animations are also redesigned to feel better, which also goes to walking, running and even sprinting as it was added. It was a surprise for some, but honestly I don't really mind it, it's nice having it. Combat also feels more impactful now as more visuals and sound effects have been added to enhance that fighting experience. Also, enemy animations are being redone so you can actually see the proper movement when they strike, especially when they wield the dagger, the sword and once they want to cast the magic. Alongside the main game, Knights of the Nine and Shivering Isles have also been included, which means we get to go and experience those adventures again, especially Shivering Isles as it's still one of the most memorable parts of the Oblivion for me, alongside the arena, which I'm going to visit very soon. During the live stream they also brought back a lot of the crew that made the original title, especially if you saw that old documentary about the game. You might actually recognize some of the faces, which is always good because honestly Bethesda really needs to rethink their strategy now and what they want for the future. Because Todd Howard said again that they are working on Elder Scrolls right now, basically in that live stream. Hopefully that game sees the light relatively soon because the original teaser was released in 2018. If you didn't feel old yet, maybe you will feel now. Going back to the Oblivion Remaster, they also have better lip sync tech, so we can actually see when NPCs talk now. There is a lot more emotion, but sometimes they have this look on their face which can be psychotic when they speak like this, which can be funny, and honestly I can already see some meme material out of this. Plus, because they have more room to work with, which you couldn't really do on a disc, is that they actually recorded more voice lines, so each race is actually going to sound much better because, well, there is more variety. On the character side, you can really see the upgrades here because this looks much better than before, and honestly, judging from the actual just the character creator, you can pretty much create all of those crazy characters which you could in the original. Story is basically as you remember it, so don't worry about it, that wasn't changed all that much, as going through the intro again felt fantastic, and I really do envy everyone who is just about to get into the game for the first time. Right now, as of recording this video, just on Steam, there are 35,000 players, but keep in mind that this is very early number and that website needs to update, plus everyone is still downloading as the game size is 120 gigabytes, which was also leaked a few days back. You can also definitely see the impact new tech has on sizes, but that is to be expected. Just make sure you get this game on an SSD and not the hard drive because, well, all of the new games need that that speed to function properly. Speaking of system requirements, for the minimal on Steam you will need Ryzen 5 2600X or the i7 6800K with 16GB of RAM and either Radeon RX 5700 or Nvidia 1070 Ti. For recommended, it's Ryzen 5 3600X or the i5 10600K with 32GB of RAM, although that's debatable as I did multiple tests on my PC with different games, and 16GB is doable, although I definitely saw a tiny better performance overall on my PC as I gave it more room with 32GB until I basically don't upgrade the entire PC because I'm just waiting to see how the GPU space is going to be, because right now even on the Nvidia and AMD side it's a bit tough. Besides that, you will need Radeon RX 6800 XT or the Nvidia 2080, which is fine, but you can see right now on the screen how it performs on my configuration. Keep in mind, of course, again, that this is just an early test. The full one will be coming alongside the first impressions. As you can see in the open world, there were some stutters from time to time. Honestly, I don't know if this is connected to maybe my Nvidia driver or this is something with the game itself. Of course, it is still very early, people have just started to play the game, so you can let me know down below in the comments if actually you're seeing the same problems, but it wasn't all the time. To be honest, most of this issue was in the open world, while everything else like smaller environments worked pretty normal. Bethesda and Virtuous did a very smart thing here, to be honest. Even in the live stream, you can see how much some wanted to keep it one-to-one, so when you have passionate devs who also play the original religiously, it can always yield a positive result because they didn't want to change the game, but rather just elevate the, graphical fidelity, but keep the logic of the game, how you walk, how you run, how you fight, and everything else pretty familiar to the original, which is always a good thing. On the modding side, it will be interesting. I haven't heard much from Bethesda when it comes to that, but I'm sure people will find a way. Plus, I mean, Bethesda knows how much mods are important for their games, like especially Elder Scrolls. How else are you going to, mod the game for 12 hours and then play for 30 minutes because, well, modding was always that fun time. Overall, my suggestion, if you're not sure if you want to buy this or not, you can get it on Game Pass right now and just see how it goes. But as far as I'm concerned, you can expect a lot more footage from me in the future and of course more videos. Now for the end, I will leave you with some raw gameplay without any commentary whatsoever, so you can actually see and feel how it looks. Enjoy! And that was all of the gameplay I have for you today. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more, consider subscribing and join our community on Twitter and Discord. Huge thanks to my current Patreon supporters, and I will see you very soon with a new video. Bye bye.